Okay, let's talk about audio production. Now, audio is very important. You can have a beautifully edited production. If the audio is terrible, no one's going to want to watch it. So you need to be able to get your audio sounding good. And within Final Cut Pro 10, there's a lot of tools to actually facilitate the audio process and making it work for you. Okay, let's start with a clear timeline. Get rid of all of that. And I'm going to go to my roam footage simply because I know that there was quite a lot of sound when I recorded the roam footage. Okay, I'll drop all that into the timeline. Now, one of the first things we should start by doing is just adjusting the audio level itself. Now, I did cover this in editing a little bit, but if we just have a quick listen to the audio of this clip. Okay, it's Rome outside the Colosseum. We can hear the sound of people. Now, just to adjust the audio level itself, just drag the line in the middle and that's it. You've adjusted it. Now, I'll make the point, you need to watch your audio meters here. Just going to hide the effects because I don't need those. If you can't see your audio meters, press this little icon in the dashboard and that will make the audio meters visible. Okay, so press play and we can hear it nice and quiet. And if I push it up, you'll hear it's very loud. Okay, and you can see that it's peaking into the red, which is really what you want to avoid. You don't want your audio meters to peak into the red. That will cause distortion and all sorts of problems. Okay, so just drop the levels down to where you need them to be, somewhere around the middle. I mean, I usually let it peak around 12, so a little bit louder than that. The shortcut to actually increase the audio levels or decrease is Control plus or minus. So Control plus, and you can see, highlight the clip, and that increases, and Control minus, and it decreases. You can actually do it while it's playing. So if I press play, okay, we can hear it. And I'm increasing the level and I'm decreasing the level. So it's a nice easy way to adjust the levels on the fly as you work. Now I'll make the point, this is very important, that you don't want it to peak into the red. I already said that. But you can see by watching the clip itself in the timeline when you're over peaking, because you'll get yellow as a warning that you're starting to get too loud and red says that you are going too loud. Basically on the audio meters themselves, I usually let it peak between -12 and -6. That's about right. Some say don't go more than -12. Anywhere between -12 and -6 and it works fine. Control minus. And you can see I just pulled that back in the clip itself so that nothing peaks into the red. If it's in the red, it shows in the red in the clip. And if you want a better look at it, click this icon here and then increase the size, the visual display of what you're looking at. Use the zoom tool and you can increase or decrease. Now, I'll make the point as well that you can program fades on the end of the clip very simply. Just hover over and drag this and you can see that I've now programmed a fade into the clip. Nice and simple. Just drag and that's the fade. Okay, press play. And we can hear the fade in. And then it's just the ambient sound of the people walking. And when we get to the end, you will hear that it fades away. And you can see the fade and it does it according to what you'd plotted. So you get a visual reference and you can hear it as well. Okay, if you control click here, control click on the fade point, you can adjust the fade, the curvature of the fade so it gives different results. By experimenting you will get the results really. You can also, if you wish, you can highlight the clip and then Command T will actually add a fade on either side. So you can see that there's a fade that's been added and it fades in and it fades out. So Command T is the shortcut to get to that. Click and press the delete key to get rid of those. The other way to do it is Control click and then say add crossfade, which is the same as hitting Command T. And there you go, now we have it. If you want to add fades between several clips that haven't been broken apart, that can easily be achieved as well. Okay, highlight 3 or 4 clips in a row, Command T, and it says create transition, and now we have fades between each of those clips. The way it works when it creates a fade is it refers to the amount of available media on hard drive beyond the edit itself. Now in this case I'm going to use the razor blade to chop away some of the clips, which will actually make sure that we've got plenty of overlap. You can't create a fade if you haven't got overlap. Basically, whatever exists on hard drive is all the media you've got, and if the clips are hard butted together side to side, then you need to slice some away so that it overlaps, and that's where your fade will take place. So highlight those clips and create transition, and now we've got transitions between all of those clips. I say transitions, we've got video transitions and we've got audio transitions. If I do Command Z to lose that, and then I choose to detach the audio, and then I add an audio fade between each of those clips, then it applies to audio only and not video. So you need to be aware of that you can add fades to video and audio together if they're represented by one clip. You can add a fade to the video only if it's separated from audio. And if you want to add an audio fade to audio only separated from video, then detach the audio as I just showed, highlight the clips, Command T or Control click and choose Add Cross Dissolve, and we end up with fades, audio fades between each of those audio clips. Okay, so that's basic audio mixing that I've shown you. You need to be able to do more than that. What you really want to be able to do is plot keyframes in the audio. Now keyframe means to change over time. So effectively, what you want to be able to do is to fade the audio up and down at will. And you do this by adding keyframes or points in the timeline where you can then fade accordingly, however you want it to go. Okay, it is really simple to add the keyframes. Okay, just taking this one clip for example, all you need to do is hold down the Option key and click. And again, Option click, Option click, Option click. And then once you've done that, release the Option key. Make sure you've got the Home tool, A, the Select tool selected. A is the shortcut. And just drag those points wherever you want them to be. So you can fade your audio up or down as you wish it to be. Beware that you don't over peak as I've done on this side, and grab hold of those points and adjust accordingly. And you can add as many points as you wish. And it's really simple and it's really effective. So there you go. You can see inside of that one clip, I've got the audio starting loud, then it fades, and over time it will fade. And you can hear the sound dipping, and then it will stay reasonably level until we get to this point where I've programmed a fade up and increase in volume, and there you go. And it gets much louder. Okay, I haven't covered everything to do with audio in this at all. I just want to get across the key concepts that you need to be able to adjust your audio, you need to be able to break your clips apart so that you've got access to the independent tracks. I showed how to fade the audio from the ends just by dragging the slider in. I showed how to add fades as in a cross dissolve, and you can do that to audio and video if they're together as one clip. You can do it to audio only or video only, and I've shown most importantly how to keyframe the audio.